Hey, yo, Prim, chill. I got the rhymes, you got the beats.
All right.
30 years later, we back in the streets, we back in the lab.
All right, then. Let's go, Nas.
It's time. It's album time. Yeah.
It's time.
It's time. Black is time.
Pow. Premiere album still gonna happen.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the in your mouth.
Come on.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Hey.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Yeah.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Hey.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life without me. Both the feds in the state wanna see by me. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got it, but shouted he not out. Who set the city on fire soon as he got free? The king back now. Don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, get before I sat down. Still ballin', money stacked tall and shack now. Still push a button and let the roof on the lag down. I'm on the road doing shows, put my Mac down. Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Chat Town. I got the crowd yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Hey, all my hot girls yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Hey, all the dope boys yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Front the back gate yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Hey, to get with other southern rapper hooded than this. I got rich and I'm still in a hooligan clique. You be rapping by, I'm moving the bricks. You talk about, now we're doing it, prick. You in the face, you gon' be suing me quick. If I catch another case, I know it truly be missed. So I'ma keep a cool head, stay out of the news headlines, and show these other rappers it's bedtime. It's clear to see that I'm ahead of my time. I caught the chromed out, hard top career with a shine. I got some time, they ain't I get better with time. Who got a flow and a live show better than mine? I got a packed house yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Hey, all my hot girls yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em
Hey,
out.
all the dope boys yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Hey, front the back gate yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. You wanna beef with the king? What is you gon' do when you show up on the scene? 1 2 drew on you and your friend and play a little 2 on 2. If you do half of what I do, then you'll be hitting the deck. I gotta to get some respect. I'ma make it hard for another sucker to flex. Show 'em this ain't the squad or a sucker to test. Pimp, but too large and we way too fresh. Work well with. And quick to check a lane like a game of chess. You wanna be better, bring your best. Cause we be standing in your front yard yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Hey, all my hot girls yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em
Hey,
out.
all the dope boys yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Front the back gate yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em
Hey,
out.
front yard yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em
Hey,
out.
all my hot girls yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em
Hey,
out.
all the dope boys yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em
Hey,
out.
front the back gate yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Oh.
it all away. You're like my reason for life when my dreams seem so far away. You give me holding out on faith. I can never leave you alone, even when I'm overseas. If I gotta do a show, you coming with me. Baby girl, you a prime time, I don't care.
Built on the side of the old Gator Bowl and incorporating a few pieces of that former stadium in its design, this is Everbank Stadium, as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Jacksonville, Florida. Today, two teams hailing from the AFC, between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The charisma at stake when you win your prime. That paper, baby, my face on the dotted line. I've been flying out of town for some peace of mind. It's like always, they just want a piece of mind. I've been focused on the future, never on right now. But I can put you either pink or brown. I'm the one that introduced you to the E right now. Oh my God.
Kaimi Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And we're off from Jacksonville. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10.
Rip, 23. Hey, Soko, it's hot. Here we go.
First carry now, this is Bashal Tutu. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go.
Lawrence working from the gun. Finds his running back. This is Bashal Tutu. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Off the play action, it's Lawrence. Headed out right. He gets this one to Strange. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Hey, go.
Tutu gets it from the gun. We're cutting together a yard there. Kalen Bullock up to make the stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Red on red. Hey, Silver.
Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. Here's a screen for Tutu. Still has room inside the 15. And he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
Lawrence, a quick throw out wide. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. So a picture-perfect way to begin this ball game, Brock. Their opening drive ends in and 6.
Yeah, no question about it. That's how you do it. You work all week to script out the opening drive, and it's huge when it pays off like that.
That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's Tremon Smith with the return. Escapes a defender. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. Texans to the line. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Young. And the Jaguars are there. He's hauled down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Well, we're already seeing his legs going to be a factor in this contest. But I'll tell you what, Kate, if pressure's going to be on him like that, he's going to have to put his running back cape on and really use his ability to escape and keep things moving forward.
Come on.
3rd and long, Young. This is reeled in downfield by Schultz. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs, too.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. Buys time, rolling right. Pass caught by Tate Dell. And he's going to be persuaded out of bounds right at that 40-yard line. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And it'll be a 1st down, Texans.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Young working from the gun. Absolutely fires this one right side. Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. Picked off by Travis Hunter. And the Jaguars are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with a pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum. There's an early runaway.
Solid gain on that play, Brock. That's 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd down.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. Really create some indecision now defensively.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. Into the hands of his running back, Tootin. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
1st down from the 42.
Hey, run!
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Escapes the pocket. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
I'll give this quarterback credit. He bought as much time as he could, but eventually, the only option left was to throw it away.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, go!
On the give, it's Tootin. Ran into a wall that time. A couple of guys able to hold him right at the line of scrimmage, so 3rd down now.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
30, red on red. Take right open. Open. Sogo, hot.
Throwing is Lawrence on third down. This throw is going to wind up incomplete. The intended target is running back, and the results, fourth down coming up. Jacksonville in punt formation. Logan Cook, the one to kick it away. That's taken on the 7. Found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Young on the play action. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there can be more interceptions.
2nd and 10 now. Young's going to try again. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag.
Ready.
Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic 1st down. Young throwing here. This one falls incomplete. Young already has himself one interception in his game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
A 2nd down throw for Young. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. Along the sideline past midfield. And he's finally stopped across midfield at the 47. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. It's like you always say, right back to work for him. Getting the drive moving like that turnover never happened.
And they weren't going to shy away from letting him do his thing, throwing the football. Mistakes happen in this league and in this game, and you never want to punish a quarterback for making a mistake. You want to see him continue to produce.
Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. Fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amounts are really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Ready.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Escapes the pocket. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
No connection on the last play, and out 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Has a man downfield. It's Collins. And this play's nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Welcome back. We'll begin this 2nd quarter with the Texans in possession.
Let's go.
They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans start to fight back with their first points of this game. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Bayshul Tootin now on the return. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10.
Hey, hey.
Inside give here for Tootin. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. John, well done.
He's not going to escape this. The Texans take him down. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate, right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with the tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
Lawrence facing 3rd and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. The Jaguars into punt formation. It's fielded at the 14. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Texans to the line. 1st and 10.
Ready.
Off the play fake. It's Young. By the tight end, running that corner. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Next here with Jalen Nolan. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
1st and 10, around to Mixon. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there and netted some positive yards.
Jags expecting pass, going dime on this 3rd down.
Here we go.
Running with Mixon out of the gun. This is not going to get it done on 3rd down. They catch him behind the line. This goes for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing the 4th down. A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Tootin now on the return. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line. New set of downs for him from the 31. Lawrence now off the play action. crossing route. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. It's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And the Jaguars have a first down.
I just don't know how you play defense, Kate, and some of the guys in the league today. How can you balance defending somebody who can run for it or throw it right over your head? These dual threat QBs, they're a nightmare.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Hey, easy route. Here we go.
Lawrence with it on first. Hits his running back. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass to far more than a modest gain.
So first down from the 41.
Hey, go, go. Go, go. Hey, Ginger, tack.
Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion.
Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Ball still on that 29-yard line as they come up to it. 2nd and 10.
Red on red.
Hand off to Tootin. This will get much beyond the line. A yard at most. Will Anderson Jr. in on the stop.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
23.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Here's a screen for Tootin. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
It's plays like that, Kate, right wrong. Where I sit and judge defense, I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
Inside of field goal range, but the kicker ain't moving. They're going for this.
Hey.
On 4th down, here's Lawrence. Throw caught by his running back. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a 1st and goal. Inside the red zone. Caught just shy of the goal line. And he's going to be touched down about 3 yards shy of the marker. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Ball still at the 3 as they get set for 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
Tootin. And he's in for the touchdown. The Jaguars get some late points and the lead. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's Smith on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Texans take
Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Young. Left side into the hands of Dell. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
New set of downs from 37. To the air on 1st down, Young. Completed to his running back. And this one's only going to pick up a couple before he heads out of bounds.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Young working from the gun. Connecting on a slant. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down.
Ready.
Here's Young again. On the move, headed right. Defense is there, and he's going down. For the moment, we've got a sack. We do, though, have a flag to sort out first before we can lock that in. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20.
Ready?
Again, it's Young. He's going deep. This is brought in at the 15. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans get some late points and the lead. Nico Collins with the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Texans push their lead to 3. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
First and 10 coming up. Jaguars ready to take advantage of some good field position they've got here.
Start. Hey, field trip. Go, go.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Hits him downfield. This is Thomas. He makes it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars get some late points and the lead. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20. Texans to the line. 1st and 10.
Let's go. Ready.
They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And he's brought down as the drive starts out with a 4-yard gain.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
On the set.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Shotgun snap now to Young. Look at that power, deep left side. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense. And a sigh of relief for just a little bit. Get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down. To the air on third and long. This connects with Schultz. And he's going to have this out near the 40, just a little bit short of it. Houston calls it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
15. And the Texans first down.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Come on, set.
Young on first and 10. This is complete to Schultz. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Final timeout called by the Texans. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. They can take it to the house.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10. Sticking to the air, it's Young. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Greg Newsome has it.
Well, that's now two, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense, and this defense, well, they've got two in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Hey, Lion.
He's back to throw. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining.
I can say this definitively. That is not the way you thank your defense for giving you the football. Don't follow that other quarterback steps and toss it right back to him. He got away with one.
So play number 1 almost ended this drive. Let's see what play number 2 has in store. Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ball. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mocked up too. Controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. Here's Smith on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's first and 10.
Here we go, set.
The half's going to begin with a mix and run. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Yellow, 22. Red, cycle, ready?
Looking to throw, Young. No finding his back, Nixon. And they're going to force him out just before he can get to the 35. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Full momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
First down, Texans.
First down now, ball at the 33. A give to Mixon up the middle. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be second down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. Casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Now it's Young. That one falls incomplete, but Legend still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic first down. They'll run here following the penalty. Well, he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Working now from the gun. That's to his back, Nick Chubb. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3, so chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
On 3rd down, it's Young. Has him on the quick hitter. And this spot is going to be close, but he does not have that first. They're going to face 4th and short.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Got it. Well, apparently a little too long to run the field goal unit out. The offense staying put to go for it.
Down. Ready.
Quick throw right side. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. It's an 8-yard gain. A great call there on 4th down. Keeps this drive moving.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34.
Black shot. Ready. Cut.
On play action, here's Young. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Ball still on that 34-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Ready.
To the air, yet again. Young. Oh, they're on it. He's dropped again. And this defense going to try to hang on to that momentum, Brock, as they go for another stop on 3rd down.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so much harder.
Has a man downfield. It's Collins. And this one won't get there. Looked good, but the stop is made just before he could get the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. That field goal unit is still on the sidelines. They are going for this.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. He's got it to his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20. So they hit him for 5 yards on 4th down, and they get the successful conversion.
And those are the completions they rely on in their passing game.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Cut.
From the red zone now. Oh, brother, it's another interception. That is Caleb Ransom. And the Jaguars are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the 2nd half of a 1-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick. Hey, eventually, Kate, as a quarterback, you better be careful throwing check down after check down after check down. Eventually, that defense will catch on to it, and they'll make him pay and punish him there physically.
Red on red.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. Into the hands of his running back, Tootin. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Hey, hey.
Tootin on 1st and 10. Running their full steam ahead, but they ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
23.
Lawrence, a quick throw out wide. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Got his man, Thomas has it. We got the football clock, but not the first. That stopped just shy of the marker, 4th down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I could think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
He gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
First call here coming for the shotgun. Wanting to start the drive with Nixon. Drops by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got the tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Young. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and you couldn't do it. That's what I call complementary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. First down now, ball at the 33.
Let's go.
Tootin headed left. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Headed in reverse so far. Time to shift into drive. Here's 2nd and 14. They go play action. Lawrence. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
This our last play of the quarter.
24. Go, go. 30 left.
Lawrence facing third and long. He's got Brown on the slant. And out he goes on the final play of the quarter. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's Jaguars football with a slight lead. Just got to hang on to it for one final quarter. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
Hey, Phil.
It's a handoff to Tootin, running right. Rolling into enemy territory. Now here he goes, down the right sideline. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. That one hits for 30. And the Jaguars have a 1st down.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Cut near the goal line. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
Hey, this is one of those situations where, Kate, even as a former QB, I really feel for these corners in this league. They got the hardest job in football, sticking to guys on these routes and on a comebacker in particular, where that receiver breaks it off. Man, that can be so difficult to defend.
And he runs it across, touchdown! The Jaguars now lead by 10. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Here's Smith on the return. They get to him before he can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line. Texans to the line, 1st and 10. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. I'm a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Young working from the gun. And this one's not going to connect. Knocked away, and that failure to connect, Brock, means it's 3rd down.
Read and react. Read and react. Read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And you got to react as it begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. To the air on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that is 3 sacks for this defense in this contest, and that one forces a 4th down.
The number of times we see quarterbacks with his running ability make plays, critical plays on 3rd down. It's got to be refreshing for that defense to finally see them on the right side of it.
4th and forever coming up. Desperation time here. He throws a bullet deep to the right side, and they pick him up again. Travis Hunter reels in the pick. The moment you see them look to pass from this close to their own goal line, Brock, it is that defense's goal. To hurry him and force a mistake just like that.
Yeah, those guys, they're so sneaky on the back end, Kate. They know the clock is being sped up. They know that the quarterback can feel those footsteps and thinking about his safety. And those defenders just wait for that rush throw, and then they step in, they deliver, and they take the ball away.
Now it's Tootin. And in a blink, they are up to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Hey, easy, route. Here we go, so home. Go. Go. Here we go.
Lawrence working from the gun. Completed to his running back. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Lisa 24.
Tootin with it. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Lawrence now off the play action. Catch made over the middle. And this is going to get him into the red zone. He's at the 18-yard line. They got 21 yards on the play. And the Jaguars have a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll come up on 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Here's a screen for Tootin. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet. This is kind of good on good. An offense gets completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Hey, Lion.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. He's dropped underneath, Tootin. And this is going to get him right up near that 1st down, but he's marked short after a gain of 7, 3rd down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Hey, tomato. Done.
Finding Thomas near the sideline. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
4 yards. That's good for a Jaguars 1st down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll run it here with Tootin. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
It's the 2-minute warning here in Jacksonville. Jaguars looking at a 3-0 start to the season. Still lined up at the 6. Here's 2nd and goal. Lawrence throwing here. That one connects. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Brian Thomas Jr. 4 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and goal.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal.
Let's go.
Tootin. And they're going to say he was short. They held him out, Brock, and now we're going to have to wait and see what they decide to do here on 4th and goal. Final timeout called by the Texans, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. The lead looks safe, but the Pedals staying down. They're going for this.
Hey, easy, Ralph. Here we go.
Here's Tootin. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars have likely locked up the win right there. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's Smith on the return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Has him on a quick hitter. Picked up by the Jaguars. They're able to take this fumble back inside the red zone.
This just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Design run for Lawrence. So the Jaguars come away with the win in this one. And they're continuing to survive among the final remaining unbeaten teams across